time. It is time to brew your best beer. The 2015 Sjporr Challenge is brought to you by the Grainbill Homebrew Supply, located in Red Lion, Pennsylvania. Brewers Exchange, operating in the U.S. and Canada. Finney's Homebrew Emporium, located in Bishopdale, Christchurch, New Zealand. And Omega Yeast, located in Chicago, Illinois.
Hey guys, Matt here from Brewery. Ready for another Sjporr 2015 challenge review. Tonight we have a pumpkin ale. Number on this one is 693096194. Doesn't say what the ABV is on this one, but the local ingredient here is local pumpkins and a homemade spice blend. And this is the first one I've got too. It has a little bit of tape on the cap, so I guess they just wanted to make sure this thing wasn't going to pop open on us. So let me go ahead and pry this open. So they're pretty good. This one they're really good. I don't think this person wanted me to get into this beer. Can't review it if I can't get into it. There we go. Tape gone. Got a good hiss. Carbonation's good. See the little smoke coming out of there. Some foam starting already. Got my trusty Kronenberg glass here. Oh yeah, that's well carbonated. Look at that. I have to go slow with this one. Well, can't complain about the carbonation on this one. And yeah, you can definitely smell the pumpkin in this one. Very much up front. So I'm going to let this die down a little bit first, and then we'll actually get into the review. Alright folks, we've had a chance for it to die down a little bit. And I left enough at the bottom there at the bottle, in case it was bottle conditioned, leave the sediment behind. So you can see it's got a nice sort of reddish brown color to it. And actually while I was waiting for this to die down, I did a light test. I don't know how well this is going to come through on the camera. You can see that nice red hue to it. And it's fairly clear. It's a little hazy. You know, it's not horrible. It's probably maybe somewhat from chill haze. I don't know how well this is coming up on camera, but I'm trying to show you a light there. So, beautiful color. You know, the scent has kind of died down a little bit since I've let it sit for a good 10 minutes. But you can definitely smell some of the pumpkin there. You can smell some spices, probably some nutmeg, some cinnamon, maybe some allspice. Would be interested to know what this was made with and where in the process you made it. I made a pumpkin ale before a couple times, and I've done a couple of different ways. I've tried doing a pumpkin puree in the mash. I've tried just straight up spicing it with pumpkin spice, allspice, cinnamon, nutmeg, those types of things during the boil. So I'd be interested to hear how this went. So let's get into it and see what it tastes like. That's pretty good. That's definitely a nice pumpkin ale. It's not too strong on the pumpkin. You can tell that it's there, but it's not overpowering. I think the spices probably come up a little bit more in front, but again, they're not overpowering either. So it's good. I've had a number of pumpkin ales over the years. It seems like this time of the year there's pumpkin everywhere. So there's a ton of different pumpkin ales out there. This is definitely one I would enjoy if it was viable on the shelf. Yeah, good job. That's very nice. I would also say that the carbonation is probably, it might be a little bit high for me in this style of beer. I would expect it to be somewhere probably in the middle range for me, but this is probably closer to the high end. This is maybe medium to high carbonation, as you can see from when I poured it. Slowly at the end there, and that's still foamed up quite a bit. And that may just been because if this was bottle conditioned, maybe my only critique there is use a little bit less bottling sugar next time. If this was off the keg, I think it's time to turn down your CO2 tank. But nonetheless, still very nice pumpkin ale. Just, I think if it was a little less on the carbonation, I think it would be a little closer for me. So I think that's probably everything. I was just looking over the Sjporr challenge sheet. I think that covers most of the things that are on here. I'll go ahead and take my time finishing this out. I'll get back to you with my final comments, and we'll go ahead and give this a score. All right, folks, I'm back. So final thoughts on this one. I've had a little bit of time to sip on it and get a good vibe of the aroma and everything, and I think it's pretty decent. I think it's a solid beer. Carbonation, I think it's a little high for its style. That's just for me. I think that I like the balance, though. It's got a good base beer to it. It's got a decent balance, not overpowering on the spices and the pumpkin. You can definitely tell that they're present. They certainly come through in the aroma, and they're a little less so coming through in the taste, but that's probably appropriate. You don't want to get you don't want to drink a pumpkin beer and get smacked upside the head with the pumpkin and the spices. You definitely want to know that they're there, but you don't want them to be crazy. So, and I think whoever made this, you managed to do that. My only critique again is just dial back on the priming sugar or the CO2, whichever direction you took this. And I think you'd have a solid pumpkin ale here. So thank you for sharing. Good luck to you again, and we'll see you guys on the next beer review. Take care.